Hey there. Today, I just wanted to talk about the importance of sleep in relation to managing our weight and why getting enough sleep at night is really, really important. There was a study done, and I think it was the University College of Los Angeles, UCLA, I think it was, where they took two groups of people. One group was, they're both groups of people were given the same calorie controlled diet. But one group of people were allowed to sleep for 8 hours a night, and the other group of people were only allowed to sleep for 4 hours a night. And of the two groups, the group that slept for 8 hours a night lost 55% more weight than the group that was only sleeping for 4 hours a night. And also, the weight that the group that was only sleeping for 4 hours a night lost was more lean tissue than it was fat. So they didn't actually burn fat, they just kind of almost used their own lean tissue, their own reserves, when they didn't have enough calories to function each day. So the weight that they lost was higher percentage of lean tissue than it was fat cells. Compared to this group that slept for 8 hours a night, they lost a lot more fat weight. So a lot more fat cells basically were lost as a result of the fact that they got good sleep. So that shows how important sleep is to create a fat burning environment within the body. But you need to get 7 hours sleep a night as a minimum, because that is what happens when we have 7 hours of sleep. We need at least two deep sleeps, at least stage 3 and stage 4, where the body cleans itself, the brain cleans itself. We get all these beautiful kind of waves that move through the body, cleaning the whole system. That quality sleep also encourages the insulin in our system to be reset. So our blood sugar levels will reset. Now, if we wake up the next morning with blood sugar that has been reset, insulin has been reset, we won't wake up feeling starving. If you're waking up feeling starving, then your insulin hasn't reset through the night. So you're already on a bit of a blood sugar roller coaster. Whereas if you have 7 good quality hours of sleep a night, and you will wake up and be able to then move into breakfast at a time that works for you, maybe within an hour or so, because your blood glucose levels will have reset. And then if you eat a really good quality protein-based breakfast, your blood glucose levels will stay really nice and steady through the course of the morning, and that will have a knock-on effect to the rest of the day. The choices you make are much better choices, so that contributes to your ability to be able to manage your weight more effectively. If you're waking up starving first thing in the morning, there is a good chance you'll probably eat something carbohydrate based, which will spike your blood sugars very quickly. And then you'll be on a blood sugar roller coaster throughout the course of the day, which means you will end up probably eating more than you realize you're eating. So not only have we got insulin resetting through the night, the consequence of that resetting or not resetting is having a huge knock-on effect to our choices through the rest of the day. If our blood sugars are really steady, when we go to bed at night, our insulin levels will be low enough to mean that we produce the right hormones to allow for growth hormone to be produced to send us into a deep quality sleep. If our blood sugars are on a roller coaster like this, we won't be producing growth hormone because insulin will be too high, and insulin blocks the production of growth hormone before bed. So we don't go into that deep quality sleep where insulin can be reset. So it's a whole little spiral of kind of, if it's working and you're getting your 7 hours sleep, that's having a knock-on effect to your blood sugars, the choices you make, and the amount of growth hormone that you can produce to get good quality sleep. If you're not getting that good quality sleep, that has a knock-on effect to your blood sugar levels throughout the day. They're on a roller coaster. You're probably eating more than perhaps you realize. And if your insulin is high before you go to bed, that's going to have a knock-on effect to growth hormone. And that in itself then will mean that you won't get that deep quality sleep and insulin won't reset. So here's a little strategy that you can use. Even if you've had a rubbish night's sleep, when you wake up in the morning, make sure you're giving yourself 45 minutes or so before you eat, and make sure it's protein based. So either eggs or full fat Greek yogurt with seeds and nuts, that kind of thing. Protein based breakfast will start to balance your blood sugars through the course of the day. Try and get from breakfast to lunch without needing to snack. And then in the evening, don't eat after 7 o'clock. If you're not eating after 7 o'clock, your insulin levels can come down and you will produce the growth hormone. That will then mean if you can do that consistently, gradually your sleep will improve and you'll get better sleep, which will then have a knock-on effect to the following day and the choices that you make. So to become an effective fat burner, to manage our weight more effectively, we need to get good quality sleep. Sleep is crucial to managing our weight. And the way to do it is to really focus on that good quality protein-based breakfast to get your blood sugars balanced throughout the course of the day. Don't eat after 7 o'clock so your insulin levels are coming down. And then you will start to get into a routine of getting better sleep. There's lots of other things you can do, but this is just the food related element of it in relation to improving the quality of your sleep. I hope you found that useful. There is a link in the comments below to more details of how you can work with me or any of my programs, and also some freebies that you can get as well. Okay, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.